Today in math, we will continue to decompose, but this time we're going to decompose 5, 4, 3, and 2 in your spiral notebook. You'll need that today. You'll also need your glue stick, scissors, and your no, you don't need crayon colors actually. You just need a pencil. You'll need this worksheet. It's labeled October 9th, page 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. When you use these, I want you to have the dark color first. The dark color first. So it'll look different because the papers were stapled up and down, but the dark color will first. The only one that will be a little goofy is this one because it has a light color first. It's just how it printed. So when we cut these out, we're going to use the dark colored first. Okay, let's go over our DLO and then we will decompose and we'll get started. All right. Today I will write equations to show decomposing 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now it's your turn. Today I will write equations to show decomposing 5, 4, 3, and 2. All right, so in your spiral notebook, do not tear out. I'm going to tear out because my magnets are not strong enough to hold the heavy paper. Don't tear out. Only I get to tear out. So when you have your papers, you'll need to cut out each strip. I would do one at a time because if you cut them all out and then someone opens the door or the dog runs by or the cat jumps on the table or your little brother or sister comes going woo and then touches them and then they go all over the place, you'll lose them. So cut one out at a time. It's easier to keep them together. So now I'm going to zoom us in. I've got my materials ready for me here. I need my clips and then I'll get you guys as close as I can to the board. All right, here we go. Today you're going to be cutting, gluing, and writing a decomposition equation. So to write the decomposition equation is backwards, the math way. 5 equals 4 plus 1. 2 equals 1 plus 1. 4 equals 3 plus 1. Okay, let's see. I'm going to make sure you guys can see it well enough. So the first thing I want you to do is take one of your pages and cut one out. So I'm going to cut out this one here. Typically, I like them if they're together, but it's all right if they're not in these examples. So I would typically like my circles to be next to each other, the light and the dark, but what we've got is a space. Don't forget to throw your scraps. First, you need to glue the strip of paper. So just like last time, crank your glue up just a smidgy, flip it over, and do 2 strips of glue. When you glue it, like I mentioned before, glue it with the dark on the left. Just like when we read at the top on the left. Start at the top, put the dark on the left side. Now I'm going to write an equation. You will write it in pencil. I'm going to write it in marker so you can see it better on the video. How many do I have all together? Because when we decompose means break apart. We're going to decompose this number. So we have to start with the total. How many do we have all together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. How many are there? 3. 1, 2, 3. So the first thing we're going to write is 3. Equals. Now we're going to decompose, break it apart. It already shows us the 2 different colors we're going to use. So how many dark ones are there? 2. 1, 2. 3 equals 2 plus how many light ones? 1. 3 equals 2 plus 1. So I decomposed it. I started with the total number, then I broke it apart. It was already broken apart, and then I just wrote the numbers of what I had. let's do another one. Get another strip of paper and cut it out. Oh, I'll just start here. These examples today do not include 0. So there's no trick ones today. If there was one that included 0, it would be all one color. But there are no tricky ones today. So I'm going to cut out another one. And these don't have to be in any particular order. Take my strip, turn it over, and 2 strips. Oops, got it flat. I need to crank it up a little bit more. So we're writing equations to show decomposing. There we go. I'll go down here. We'll do 2 strips per page. When we glue it, glue the dark on the left, like we already talked about. First, I need to know how many I have altogether. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 will be my first number here. Equals, I'm going to decompose, break apart. Starting with my dark numbers, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 1, because I only have one light-colored one. Let's read my equation. 5 equals 4 plus 1. I have 4 dark ones and 1 light one. All right, then you're going to turn your paper over and do the same on the back. We'll do one more together, and then it will be your turn. Okay, pick another one. And on one of the worksheets, it has 2 blank ones. Those are your challenge ones. I want you to make your own color, some dark and some light, and write your own equation. So that will be your challenge, is to come up with 2 by yourself within 5. You can do less than 5. You can do 5. You could do a challenge one with a 0. You just have to write it correctly. If we're gluing all the dark ones on the left and you color all of them dark, then it better say number equals that same number plus 0. All right, so I'm going to do one more with this. Let's glue my strip on here with my dark dots on the left. Now let's write this equation. How many do I have all together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the total. Oops. 4 is the total. Equals, excuse me, 4 equals, how many dark? 1, 2. So I'll write 2 plus, how many light colored ones? 1, 2. 2. There you go. I had a total of 4. It was decomposed. It was broken apart into 2 dark and, or plus, 2 light ones. 4 equals 2 plus 2. So now it'll be your turn. You have the rest of your papers. Make sure you glue the dark on the left so it's consistent. And then you have 2 down here. You're going to glue your strip on and write 2 equations decomposing a number. You could use 5, you could use 4, you could use 3 or 2. I'd rather you use 5, 4, or 3. So pick one of those and decompose it. And if you see that it wasn't decomposed the way that you saw in here, like this one, so for instance 3 right here, 3 or 4. 4 equals 3 plus 1, 4 equals 1 plus 3. You could do 4 equals 2 plus 2. Oh, I already did that. You could do a 0. Sorry, I'm getting all confused on what I've got here. You could do 5. 5 would be a good one. Oh, there's 5 on here. So there's different ones. Pick a new one. You can make a new one, or you could do one that you already did. But I want you to color it a dark color and a light color and write your own equation. So now it will be your turn to decompose all of these dots.